You got to experience everything. What?
Oh yeah. They crush them. They crush them with the pie and shit. They moving and smoking. This is.
So you gotta be already a nasty motherfucker to get fucked.
You know who gonna be doing hand they get how motivated.
Alright, so Lord, Mike, first and foremost, I'd like to give all praise unto you, Lord.
Bahasham, Rawchaa Qadash.
I'd like to give double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. We'd like to say shalom to the elect and teach the word and our true faith and sincerity. And yet, we once again out here to do the will of the Lord. That's the prophesied downfall of America. Because ultimately, that's the intents and purposes of Yahawashi and Rawchaa. You know, the Lord will, his perfect will in this lifetime, is for the violent overthrow of Babylon the Great. If you don't know who is Babylon the Great, somebody get Revelation 17. That's the sign of America, man. This is the source of wickedness. This is where these wayward ideas and ideologies, philosophies come from, man. And where ultimately the wickedness is forward in that, man. You know, so this is that place the Lord, man. This is the venue the Lord have chosen to show his power. You know? Somebody got that, you start at the top of that. Revelation 17.
Revelation chapter 17, verse 1. And there came one of the seven angels, which had the seven vials, and talked with me, saying unto me, Come hither, and I will shew unto thee the judgment of the great whore that sitteth upon many waters.
See, so ultimately, this great whore got a judgment coming, man. See, America is not the NIB all. This not a forever state. Like, this thing just gonna be here. And faces might change. You might have a different president, but it's still America. It's still gonna be a McDonald's. No, man, it's a judgment that's gonna come to this bitch. Matter of fact, somebody get on 2nd Ezra 4 and I think it's 27. She said, "Come, let me show you the judgment of the great whore." The Lord have opened our eyes to that. This place is gonna go out by the way of World War III. You know, and the Lord beating this bitch down now. He's beating the whore down by the way of a series of plagues. Ultimately, that uppercut.
Right.
You going to jail now? You know that. That's gonna be the Wilsons, man. Second half.
This is what the second Ezra 4, chapter 26. It says, Then answered me and said, The more thou searchest, the more thou shalt marvel. For the world hasteneth fast to pass away.
So these places hasten fast to pass away. That's like everything's speeding up. The time going faster than elevated bad point. Even people driving fast and shit. Just nigga in the parking lot, he can get fucking drive, pull out fast. Everything is speeding up, you know what I mean? Because it's what is hastening to pass away. This nigga rushing to his death. You know, Kobe flew to his death, man.
It says,
That's all.
real quick, Matthew 24:22.
Yep, that's it.
And except those days should be shortened.
It's like you said, those days. What days? The days of Edom, man. The time that we're in now. It has to be shortened, man. You know? Because this is a crazy fucking place. We were talking about earlier how crazy this is. That's crazy. They animated cars, and you know he's a violent homosexual. You know that nigga with that 6'9".
Right.
That rapper nigga, he got that theme of rainbow and he a faggot, but he can kill you at the same time. That's where we at, man. That's a crazy fucking place. And yeah, we go back to Esau. That's the ruler so out of people. Because the nigga got 6 Flags, Disney World, but he got a shooting range too. You can go to it. But you gotta go slide and read it.
God, it says Matthew 24:22. And except those days should be shortened, that no flesh be saved. But for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened.
It said, but for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened, man. So the days are being sped up for the savior of the elect, man. Because this place, it can't go on for longer, man. This society, this system, and the rulers that be are self-destructive. You put this shit on autopilot, it's just gonna destroy itself anyway, man. You know, this devil coming up, you got World War III, and it's really Edom versus Edom, man. What's that, bro? You know? You got that was it on there. But it said the days shall be short, so things gotta hurry up and go. And that's what the Lord telling this devil, hurry up and buy, you know.
Right, yeah,
Hurry up and get the fuck out. So we can live now. Because now, under the watch of the so-called white man, there's no such thing as a breath of fresh air. That's only a fifth to saying. Yet, everything is at your fingertip is literal because it's an app, it's a site you can go to fulfill your desires, man. Everything's turned upside down. That's why everything's gonna be made right by the way of the destruction. You can go back, bro.
Done. Going back into 2 Ezra 4:27, they cannot comprehend the things that are promised to the righteous in the time to come. For this world is full of unrighteousness and infirmity.
See, righteousness and infirmity, man. All these damn hospitals and shit. And this place make you sick, man. Even just say you so-called you ain't got no physical ailments. The strain, the mental strain, that shit can make you sick.
That's why the thing called mental illness.
That's it.
Because a lot of these people, especially being raised up in Babylon the Great, they are sick in the mind.
That's it.
All of a sudden, being a momo, that's normal now. You know, a nigga eating pork and shit, that's normal now, man. Even committing adultery, you sleep with another man's wife, that's normal now. Here, because again, Babylon have bred these people to ultimately destroy their minds in these latter days.
Yeah, society like idiocracy coming alive.
That's it. Idiocracy.
Y'all about to say, put me back in. Coming alive.
And if I may, you mentioned that mentally ill, even you just distressed, you gotta build.
Mm-hmm.
That shit leads to physical illness. Your pressure high and shit, man. You know. So this place is full of infirmity. Everything is fucked up, man. Because what the sword, he's in power, and everything he do, it causes destruction. He gotta cut you, you know, to so-called heal you. He gotta cut you, make this happen, make that happen. You got it.
It says, but as concerning the things whereof thou asked me, I will tell thee.
And what did he inquire of? Which all the problems inquire of the end. When will these things be summed up? When will Solomon come back? Which is our Lord Yahawashi. That was the height, you know, of Jacob, man, being under the rule of Solomon. Which you know, that's our Lord. We waiting on that moment to come back, man. We waiting on that to continue. That it's on pause right now. We waiting on that to continue, man. Because it was prophesied that kingdom is going to be forever. You know? You got it.
God, it says, I will tell thee, for the evil is sown, but the destruction thereof is not yet come.
So it says the evil is sown, but the destruction thereof is not yet come. And in America, that was the evil that has been sown. But as you can see, going back, the fate of it is destruction. As we read in Revelation 17, I ain't said, I'm going to reveal you the judgment of the Lord. We know that ultimately, Babylon the Great, which is America, the fate of it is to be destroyed. By the way of World War III.
Yeah, just the line back precept to add to that revelation that the brother brought out. This is Nahum 24. Because of the multitude of the whoredom
that's it.
of the well-favored harlot.
Hey, that's like all the charges being brought up. Because, see, when it said because, I mean it's justified now, man. You got it, bro.
It says, because of the multitudes of the whoredoms of the well-favored harlot, the mistress of witchcrafts that selleth nations through her whoredoms and families through her witchcraft. Behold, I am against thee, saith Yahawashi Yahawashi host.
See, the Lord, He's against America, man. It's shown by America showing itself that it's been against the Lord, man.
Is it?
From the laws and legislations, the things that's being accepted and rejected, even from as minute as certain diets that's being promoted, it all shows that they are against the Lord. So you don't think the Lord is against them? You know? You got it up.
Behold, I am against thee, saith Yahawashi Yahawashi host, and I will discover thy skirts upon thy face, and I will show the nations thy nakedness.
See, Esau is being revealed, and that stitch is now in the nose of the nations, man. They saying, hey, man, what the fuck that smell is?
Right.
And now they figuring out it was America, man. It was so-called white man, it's the Edomites. Babylon, they are the reason, they are the source for all the problems in the earth. And a nigga might, a nigga will get that mode, blaming the white man for everything. Well, you technically can, because you really want to get down to the nuts and bolts of this nigga is the source of all the problems in the earth, man.
I got something big.
Y'all will do it like this. For the east to the west, you got to go.
Jeremiah 51:7. Jeremiah 51:7. Babylon had been
I know.
in the Lord's hand, that have made all the earth drunken. The nations have drunken.
And it said, read that again, so like it, right?
Yeah. Jeremiah 51:7. Babylon had been a golden cup in the Lord's hand, that have made all the earth drunken.
See, so the Lord used Babylon as that conduit of wickedness, man. To spread forth this madness, man. You know, you got it.
It says the nations have drunken of a wine, therefore the nations are mad.
See, so they have picked up on democracy and shit, and that led to them being bugged out. But now, these niggas are actually mad. Like, they shit itching now.
Yeah.
The results of dealing with the whore, it wasn't beneficial, man. Yeah, the after effects of dealing with this bitch. You itching, man. Now you want to, what Project Pat said, beat her with my pistol. When I thought she burned me. And that's what they gonna hit her with the missiles, man. That's it, bro. You got it.
Book of Isaiah, chapter 14, verse 4. That thou shalt take up this parable against the king of Babylon,
Right.
and say, how have the oppressor ceased, the golden city ceased.
And it said, proverb is power. So we mocking you niggas, man. See, you Edomites, you have come to an end now, man. Every day, you see that you have passed that dead end sign. You already passed that sign. Now you finna come up on it. You know?
Running out of the road.
Yeah, that's it. This devil he gonna add a cubit to his thing. He gonna extend his life. This nigga got plans. He got dreams and aspirations. But it's not gonna come to pass. This nigga gonna window shop. But that's the best he gonna do, man. You know, you had that nigga Trump with the coming up with the idea of the $250 bill. That shit ain't gonna be. Let's say this, it do be in circulation. It ain't gonna be in circulation for long because the chip cutting, man.
It won't be a 50th anniversary.
Right.
The implementation of $250 bill.
Right.
Like, it ain't gonna be that.
At best, a nigga put it on the mantle.
Yeah.
He ain't gonna spend it.
Right.
But this place is finished. It said the Golden City. The person sees the Golden City city. That's going back to America. You got it.
The Lord Yahawah, bahasham Yahawashi, have broken the staff of the wicked and the scepter of the ruler.
So, and we see that now. This devil, he don't have that strength as he once did. You know, he don't even the influence. Look at his women. His women won't take. So that's one of the many it's subtle, but it's a big sign to show you where he at. This man's really, he on his way out. You know?
Like they got the term recession indicator. That was an indicator that Esau was losing his power within this society. We saw it we really saw it in slavery because what? They was banking checks back then.
Yeah. And they couldn't help it. The motherfucker couldn't help this shit. The motherfucker came out, caramel and shit. I had to come up with a great story. But best believe, she probably got to take once everything died down, she probably popped her again.
He who smote the people in wrath with a continual stroke, he that ruled the nations in anger, is persecuted and none hindered.
See, ain't nobody gonna stand in the way and try to prevent the judgment of the so-called white man. Ain't nobody gonna, you know how you got Black Lives Matter protests. Ain't nobody standing for Edomites. You know, it's really just Edomites. You know that so-called Edomite men, I mean so-called white men, which are Edomites. They the only ones that's fighting for their so-called rights. You know, really they trying to fight for their respect, man. See, everybody has lost respect for the so-called white man because he's a cuck, mold, nigga. You know what I mean? Yeah. Hey, look at the Greeks. Them niggas look fine, they get down. Nigga had a little boy too, man.
Right.
Unwind, man.
If I may, a lot of nations don't respect that shit either.
Right.
You know?
Nigga, you know, they used to use that word per capita, but per capita, bestiality is in the high, is very high in your nation.
Right.
So,
I see what Joe was talking about.
yeah, John said he wouldn't dare put them with the dogs. But you see it now, it makes sense because it's so many cases. And a lot of niggas matters. Niggas voted for Trump. You know? But it says he had smoked the people in rap. Ain't nobody finna stand in the way of this to prevent this man's system, man, from going down. Because ultimately, deep down inside, they really want the elect to rule. Knowingly or unknowingly. Talk about that. The creature waiting for the manifestation, man. You know, cause really, so meaning what you really need this place to go down. You know, that was it on that.
This the book of Isaiah, chapter 24 and verse 4. The earth mourneth and fadeth away. The world languisheth and fadeth away. The haughty people of the earth do language. So you see they go into this word language. You know, it means to droop. You know, they're no longer firm, they're no longer erect. And you see how their power system is going down, man. It says the
it's
earth.
like you mentioned that droop. When you hear about these ED commercials,
Right.
That's not for Jake, man.
Right.
Know that. Low T, Jake ain't got a problem with this shit. That's an Edomite problem. They can't reproduce. They can't stand up, even on a physical sense. But as a part of to even in the bigger sense, this man, his power is not. You used to can hit the gas and that car can go like that. Now you hit that, you got to hit it a little harder now for it to go.
It's sputtering.
Right. You got slide.
It says the earth also is defiled under the inhabitants thereof, because they have transgressed the laws, changed the ordinance, broken the everlasting covenant. Esau has certainly done that, man. From his legislation to his trees he set up in the earth, you know, compromising the landmarks, not holding fast to the land south, even putting Moses on a pedestal, man. Everything he has done has defiled the mindset of the people, to the food, to the water, man. You know, it says, therefore the curse have devoured the earth, and they that dwell therein are desolate. Therefore the inhabitants of the earth are burned, and few men left. And that what you mentioned. And so because those are the results of this man being in power, it's going to be burned. Wickedness is going to be burned out of the earth, and a few men left going to be the elect, man. You know, and it's fitting because you see the results of this man being in power, man. He has to be taken out. That's the only way the earth is going to be put in the right place. You know?
In Revelation 18, verse 8, it's like self. It says, how much she'll glorify herself and live deliciously, so much torment and sorrow give her.
And yeah, because really, we really at the climax of pride too, man. We're at the height of pride. You know, it starts with these the rulers, the elites, because Esau he is created with that in his DNA. He created with pride. So we talk about pride passing him about as a chain. He can't help be proud. You know, but it has trickled down to the people, man. And then, you know, these motherfuckers look at America, then they'll go and see these other countries, third world countries, so-called, because they got to go draw water and shit.
Right.
But hey, they eat real food, though. You know what I mean? Motherfuckers busted, they got a TV, they can flush a toilet and shit. These certain luxuries we overlook. The Lord gonna pull the rug from under these motherfuckers, man. Your house on 74 degrees year round. Cause you got that, you know, central heat, man. That contributes to pride. It's different, you know. Motherfuckers just think they just get to the house, everything will be alright.
Right.
You know, that shit. Well, ain't gonna be no relief, ain't gonna be no protection in sight. You ain't getting the division of Yahawashi, man. That's why I said so much torment and sorrow giver. So very things, these so-called luxuries, from you just coming in the house, first thing you would turn the light on and shit. We gotta overlook that shit for real. Lord gonna take all that shit away, because suddenly the power gonna go out. And those that don't have this doctrine, they gonna fall apart, man. Because they wasn't anticipating this.
Right.
You know?
That's that snare, man. You know, that convenience.
Yes.
You don't have to go out and hunt. You know, you don't have to, like you mentioned, drawing water or any of those things that sustain life. So when the convenience is compromised, like your brother saying, you gonna lose your mind, man. You gonna really just go out there and do things that you wouldn't think you were gonna normally do. You know?
And if I may too, that even when you had like these animals, they from the zoo or some shit, they might be catch when they was little.
Right.
And you have motherfuckers feed them and doing all these things. And then they'll put them and set them in a wild motherfucker dead a week later, man.
Right.
Because they wasn't set up for that. No. That's these Americans. They ain't really set up to not have power and shit. They ain't really set up for the AC to go out. You know what I mean? The American with no Wi-Fi?
Yeah.
They gonna lose it, man. So how much more the necessities, your actual needs, water and food, man. You know? Read that again, bro.
It says, Revelation 18 and 7, how much she have glorified herself and lived deliciously, so much torment and sorrow give her. For she said in her heart, I sit a queen and am no widow, and should see no sorrow.
And that's these people, man. They got that mindset that even if they do experience some type of resistance, they're gonna it's always gonna be, you know, the playoffs still happening. Despite guys being the club's still gonna be open tonight.
Yeah, right.
You can still get some at the ATM and shit.
Yeah.
So these people don't have a sense of urgency, man. You know, to the Lord really hit them with reality. And that people gonna really, once they really experience prophecy, that's gonna be it. Yeah.
So if they budgeting bills to have a good time, man. You see, the Lord gonna take that shit away, man. You know? You think you can keep robbing from Peter to pay Paul, you know, just to have a good man? Man, just wait, man. Man, that's crazy though. Because you people are so ingrained with mirth and not dealing with the reality of what's going on in the world, man. But that's gonna change pretty soon, man.
That's one of these people who experience is dealing with reality, man. Once you start talking about things, I don't want to talk about politics. I don't want to talk about this scary stuff because they're comfortable being here in this world. Like, dude, as long as I can drive a white man around, I'm good. like the brother that mentioned, enormous advice.
Yeah.
That's it. You know?
That's it. Yeah, because they gotta have. Matter of fact, somebody grab that definition. Grab that buffer shop. Because they this place. They got if it was a Tahoe, I would have damn.
Oh, yeah.
We could. That's crazy, nigga. Man's spirit. They talk about man's spirit.
So, yeah, it said normacy bias is a cognitive distortion.
They said a cognitive distortion.
Right.
So it begins in the mind. So that it really goes back to these people in their doctrine.
Yeah.
The thing they believe in, they ain't got to go back to a book. Shit, it can be based off of a rapper's lyric. You know? You got it, bro.
It says a cognitive distortion where the brain underestimates the possibility of a crisis and assumes life will continue as usual,
Right.
even when facing obvious danger or warnings.
So all this shit about our land and energy crisis, the shit keep going up. Yet you finna get out. You finna hit the ATM up, and you finna get out. Cause guess what? At the end of the day, these motherfuckers will say it happened before. Shit, the gas jumped up before the North Korea situation. Nigga was filling up fucking tubs of gas. And so-called it went back to normal. So that shit happened a few times, but certain things happen, shit get tight. Niggas had masks on a couple years back. You had to stand 6 feet. But guess what? Now shit so-called back to normal. So once these things once again pop up in your face, a nigga gonna be like, okay, cool, it is what it is. They gonna just ride it out till it's time to go back outside. That's not the case, man. The Lord gonna pull the rug from under them, man.
Right.
You know? You got it, bro.
Con, this is Ezekiel 12, verse 24.
Yes.
It says, for there shall be no more. Con, this is the book of Ezekiel 12, and I'm going to start at verse
22.
Con,
Yeah.
21.
21.
Con, this is Ezekiel 12, verse 21. It says, and the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, what is that proverb that you have in the land of Israel? Saying, the days are prolonged, and every vision filleth.
And that's the spirit. Somebody get 2 Peter 3. That's the spirit of Jacob. You know, they ain't got to actually say it. Their action say it. It's not no sense of urgency within them. You know, things is just that they gonna always be. What niggas say? They been saying this for 30 years. You know that's been a
grandma,
you know what I mean? That's been a typical saying of a nigga, man. They don't want to come under the obedience of Yahawashi. He know the message. Nigga know the message. But he'll say, been saying that for 30 years. So, meaning what? He ain't got to worry about it. He gonna die. He gonna be in heaven when it happens.
Right. If I think,
Yeah.
that mean that nigga lost his patience, man.
Right.
You couldn't wait on the Lord for 30 years. if it was dictating your salvation, hell yeah.
Right.
You know.
Who got that God, yeah.
Book of 2 Peter, chapter 3 and verse 3, going this verse, that there shall come in the last days scoffers, walking after their own lust.
Yeah, and it begins with these false teachers. It begins with these false teachers. That was the idea in the minds of these people. And it said, walking out their own lust, because they ain't drawn to these false teachers because of their lust.
Right.
You know, what they deem acceptable and what's okay. See, a nigga that listen to Zariak, you know he a nigga, man. He feel comfortable listening to him because he can still be a nigga and be justified in doing it. Deacon. The Lord got these false teachers for certain spirits, man. That IUIC, you want to be a Christian, American Israelite?
That's it.
The Lord got the IUIC for you, man. You know, so it's different flavors for falseness. You don't have to set up. But it says this is a prophecy that's in the last days, and we see it, man. You got it, right?
And saying,
Where is the promise of his coming?
And that's where it leads to, because even you got Israelites, they might teach the downfall of America, but they don't, that spirit, they ain't got the sense of urgency. Nigga talk about everything else but the destruction.
Yeah.
You can talk about the fringes of Sabbath being on a Saturday, but he's not pushing the urgency of prophecy, man. You got it, huh?
For since the fathers fell asleep, all things continue as they were from the beginning of the creation.
See, and that's the spirit that they have on them, man. That ain't nothing gonna help. What the scripture talk about being a 7 or 8 leaves? He said, they say the Lord shall not do good, neither shall he do evil.
Right.
Like it's just on autopilot. He just gonna let it be till he, Lord, wake up from this nap. Then in the world, man. No, we in the process of the world ending now. Or this age. You know, the age of Edom. You got it.
It says, for this they willingly are ignorant of.
Yeah, because the nigga really, he know what's up. But he don't want to wake up from that dream, man. Just when he got the food truck out the ground. Gas shot up.
Right.
You know what I mean? So a nigga don't want to see the world, and he just getting off the ground. And that's the thing with Jake. Jake, that's in that common vocabulary now. Generational wealth. Nigga, the world been hearing that.
Right.
But they don't want to hear that because they not niggas like being fifth gear now, like now shit rolling for them. Man, no, man, it's the shit.
They finally making an upgrade on the top 10.
Bro,
He said that big come
Bro, I'm a president.
Yeah.
The shit is
right, right after the report is sinking, you gonna get the, you gonna upgrade the room.
Yeah,
Bro,
like,
it's
It's already
already, yeah,
halfway
she's
season.
damp and shit. And the niggas enjoying themselves.
yeah, but he wants you to be impressed by his upgrade. It's like niggas, like we understand, but a nigga that's on the ship, like how the elder going to a Jake that's inside of the picture, hey, he impressed by that, but we outside of the picture, we ain't impressed by that shit at this point, bro.
Hey, they in the report. Yeah,
Right.
because when Chris talking about a famine, teeth of wild beasts, somebody actually got to experience that. Somebody got to play that part. The script talking about also being delivered. Somebody got to play that part too. That's the part that we hope to be in, man. You know?
My man,
Fine, bro.
we reading the script and we seeing the different roles in the movie. You know, we over to be cast in the role of the elect, and we saying that shit, that looks like a role of a 2/3 right now. You know? So it's automatically putting us in the mindset of shit, you don't die, man. You know?
Proverbs 1:32.
You see,
It said, for the turn away of the simple shall slay them, and the prosperity of fools shall destroy them.
like I said, the turn away turn away from what? This word that's being presented unto you. God said he'll give you a straight commandment of what you shall do to live, man. You know? But they turn from it. And this is really mercy from the Lord. This is the Lord pretty much trying to comfort you and talk about it, you know, they really moving that soul from them, man. And that's gonna lead to God just open fire on your ass now, man. You got it, all
God said, but whosoever hearkeneth unto me shall dwell safely.
right? So to show you, it was a message that's going forth. You turn from the message, that's gonna lead to your destruction. But whoso hearkeneth shall dwell safely. So we come to a time of danger gonna be at its climax, you know. But that word, this doctrine, this truth, you know, this is that protection, man. This is that armor, man. You know.
I'm finishing off, it says, and shall be quiet from fear of evil.
And shall be quiet from fear of evil, man. And that's a commandment. So that's why we hope to be a part of that number, because the Lord gonna make sure it talk about command deliverance and protection. You know? But that was it on that. Yeah, God.
It says, 2 Peter 3:5, for this they willingly are ignorant of, that by the word of the Most High, the heavens were of old, and the earth standing out of the water and in the water, whereby the world that when was order perish.
See, it was the time of Noah. That was an actual system. They had buildings, infrastructures, and shit. Like it was an actual system. It wasn't as primitive as people think, man. It was an actual functioning society. The Lord uprooted that shit. And there's no relics or something in the museum to remind you of that old world. All thing you got is pieces of gopher wood. And that's really the same thing gonna happen in America. There ain't gonna be no McDonald's cups like it. You got a fucking old trophy from Magic Johnson.
Right.
That's in a museum in the kingdom of heaven. No, all this shit gonna be burned. Just talk about there's no works. All the works of this place gonna be burned up. You know? What they gonna make?
It says, but the heavens and the earth, which are now by the same word, are kept in store, reserved unto fire against the day of judgment and perdition of ungodly men.
Yeah, so it's the same word. The same word Noah spoke. Which he had testimony of Yahawashi, man. We speaking the same thing. Our Lord Yahawashi, man, he said, as in the days of Noah. So we come with the same message as you mentioned. Telling people they're gonna die. That's the only thing Noah could really tell them. Because even the blueprints of the ark lets you know that all the people were gonna die, man.
Right.
So that's who we got the blueprints now. Lord, I don't think we can tell you gonna die, man. You know? God. Yeah. You had something?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Yeah. Hebrews 11:7. By faith, Noah, being warned of the Most High, things not seen as yet.
See, and that's what the Lord have done with us. Because nobody haven't seen a barrage of missiles cover the sky and pelt the whole land, man. And just had a whole land engulfed in flames. The Lord have opened our eyes to see that. We can actually see America being engulfed in flames. And now even the evidence is here. You got these hypersonic missiles, and you got Satan too, and these different, even the chariots. The chariots going to contribute to America being on fire, man. The Lord have opened our eyes to that. You got it.
I mean, even leading up to the deliverance and the destruction, these people haven't seen the famine, they haven't seen sedition, So those things, as you going into, that's going to be a shock value for them when they actually see them.
Right.
But we can see these things because the Lord has given us a script. It's like a movie playing out every day in our head as we go over these scriptures and read and study. The Lord is fastening our mind for the things He said to bring to pass, man. And these people don't have a clue,
That's right.
I mean, Emily, what the Lord said, the fruit of men foreseeth to eat,
That's
and
it.
hide himself. With the simple pass on and are punished. So it's a some reaction that you have to have once the words of Yahawashi come past you.
Right.
Either you're going to love it or either you're going to reject it.
Yes. And moving with fear. As in the case of Noah. He heard that speech and was afraid, man. And it compelled him to start building the ark, and also going into, he ain't just do it how he wanted to do it, man. It was strict instructions that the Lord laid out. Mixing the gopher wood and the certain pitch, the dimensions, the blueprint that He set out. He had to build it the way the Lord commanded him to build it, man.
Going on, it says, being moved with fear, prepared an ark to the saving of His house, by which He condemned the world and became the heir of righteousness, which is by faith.
Hey, so Noah, that part of his ministry was to condemn the world, man. That's what we doing now. It was a transition. He was telling you that society was going to end, man. That's what we saying. This shit is finished, man. That art lets you know it was a transition. Like, he ain't gonna die with y'all, man. That y'all niggas gonna die. He finna go into the next world. Everybody said he became heir of the righteousness, which is by faith, Because then we're gonna do we're part of the righteous number. We're gonna be heirs. Once the destruction, because Noah, he jumped wild. And And we're gonna set forth the standard.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know? But
I got something real quick. Second Ezra chapter 16 and verse 19. It says, "Behold, famine and plague, tribulation and anguish are sent as scourges for a minute." We know a scourge is a whooping item, man, you know, a form of correction. It says, "But for all these things they shall not turn from their wickedness, nor be always mindful of the scourges." And they're going back to that enormously bias. Right. They're not mindful of the trends that the earth is, the trends that the Lord is putting in the earth. You know, the growing famine. You know, the gas at $4 here in Alabama, man. That's crazy, man. You know, they feel like, oh, well, it went up before, so it'll go back down. No, man. These are the beginning of sorrows. You know, beef at an all-time high, fruit, you know, the things you once you just grab, like, I grab this, and then it's a fight. No, that's coming out of reach, man. But they're not even mindful of those scourges, man. You know?
Just to add to you, a scourge, just to add to the point of scourge, it's a scourge. It's a scourge is usually as a hook to it, and when it hits you, it pulls out a chunk. It takes away from you, so it can never put back. It only take away. So the Lord said, "You're not mindful of everything that I'm taking away from you." And yet, like, come on, bro. It's like you think a person will make a change after this. Like, bro, I just took real matter from you. But Jake ain't even mindful of it. It's like the more he hits you with this, the closer you are to death, man. Right. But our people are not minds. That shows you how mad our people are in the spirit, mentally, man. Spiritually.
Hey, you know what I said? Scores for a minute. Well, because they were a minute ago, really you consider. Jake ain't really considering what the Lord is doing in the earth. He mentions, you know, taking these certain things away. Jake going, this nigga finesse and try to find another way to get off. You know what I mean? Shit fucked up. Gas hot. Now the nigga finna start siphoning gas. Jake. This is a sick nigga, man.
You finna say he in the gas thing. He's
Yeah. He got his own gas station. You got on that?
Yeah, good.
This is 2 Ezra 15 and verse 14. It says, "Woe to the world and them that dwell therein."
Yeah, woe to the world and them that dwell therein, man. That word dwell not just because you in the earth. No, those that really have the same mindset. You as you hear. Well, even that, what's that? In the eyes, it's the Jose's. Your body is here.
Right.
Your body is hearing me, but your mind is on the other side of the time. So these people, their mind is, we physically here in Babylon, but the difference between us and these people, they actually dwell here mentally as well, but we dwelling in the east.
Right.
Talk about the Lord had gathered his children from the west unto the east. Oh, you got that? Oh, you got that spirit, bro.
5:5 says, "Arise, O Jerusalem, and stand on high, and look about toward the east."
And that's what you're seeing now, man. Us going back to those the old paths.
Right.
You know? And it says arise to show you. This is really a prophetic scripture. This is really a latter time scripture because this is the time when we was in a dead state. You know, in that valley, being those very dry bones, but now scripture talking about arise. This is where we at, you got it.
It says, "And behold, thy children gathered from the west unto the east."
See, we'll gather from the west unto the east. And now when Yahawashi mentioned that too, we should preach in Jerusalem and Judea, even unto the uttermost parts of the earth. So now we at the climax of that now, man. So we actually in the west. And we had Western customs, you had fucking garments of Western society. But the Lord had taken that Western mindset and gave it back that Eastern mindset, man. You know, we have went back to the east. That way ain't enough for us to call for the stoning of a boat. But, you know, multiple women, I mean, you should. I mean, that's really, that's natural. That's, you know what I mean? Right. Those are things of the east.
Yeah.
You know? But it's say that, and that what caused us to really hate everything here. This scripture talk about as far as the east is from the west. It was two totally opposite things. So that man, this shit drive us to really be vexed here, you know. But scripture said the Lord have gathered us from the west until the east, so we're going back to those old paths. You gotta go.
God, and behold, thy children gathered from the west unto the east by the word of the Holy One, rejoicing in the remembrance of Yahawashi.
See, and then going back and show you this prophetic, it said rejoicing in the remembrance. This is that time where we have to remember Yahawashi. Because the Lord remember us. See, the Lord had cast us off, you know, and our enemy had his way with us. But now this time with the Lord woken us up. Now this the Lord telling us that you know, commanding Pharaoh to let us go free, man. You know, by us getting this understanding. Let it on that. Yeah.
Come.
That was it. You had oh, kind slack.
It says
Read it again.
15 and 14.
Right.
It says, "Woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and their destruction draw nigh."
See, the sword and their destruction drawing now. See, these people, their fate is to die.
Right.
And you got 4 choices.
Right.
You read what Jeremiah 15,
Yeah.
captivity, beasts,
Yeah.
the sword, you know. And it's talking about the fowls of the air. That could be them drones, man. You know? Chariot. Literal guy, you know, a newly created beast. It could be a flying Pokemon to get your ass.
He saw like the play on Jake, man, like now, like, oh, dinosaurs, hey, pterodactyls.
Yeah,
I know
right.
where it is, man.
It says, "And one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands."
Amen. He says, one people shall scatter and fight against another with swords in our hands, telling you that this kingdom here in the latter days was going to be divided.
Right.
You know?
That's it. And that's you seeing it now. Even back then, them niggas January 6th, them niggas said, man, Trump is my motherfucking president.
Right.
And them niggas went up there with grenades and rocket launchers and trying to make some shit shake. Now your president ain't making shit shake for you. Them niggas finna go up there once again and try to make some shit shake. Because you mentioned the division, you ain't have these MAGA, you have these so-called MAGA civil war. And the division is concerning those tiny hats, man. Because them tiny hats making shit happen. And it's to the detriment of American people. So them niggas gonna eat and using his blessings, this nigga gonna go revert to it and go use the sword. So of course you're gonna have civil wars. You know, it ain't just gonna be that you got the fucking North versus the South, man. You got MAGA versus MAGA and shit. And that's one of the symptoms, the indicators to the downfall of the empire. Our Lord Yahawashi mentioned that. If Satan divided against Satan, how shall this kingdom stand? You know?
I got a quick definition for what you was going into. Esau got a term for it as how he spoke to how America's being broke up and the global scale. It's called balkanization. It says refers to the geopolitical process where a larger region, state, or empire breaks into smaller, more hostile and uncooperative independent entities.
Hey, let's say them curses on Enoch. And the Lord, you know, putting on the very curse that was on us is now being put on Enoch. You know, being woken up. That's that what the Spirit talk about, that sowing that discord among brethren. The devil did that toward to us. But now the Lord putting that spirit on you, devil. Now you nigga can't come together on nothing. Yeah, God.
Look at more to it. It says it is typically driven by deep-seated ethical, cultural, religious, or political division.
That's it. See? Yeah, because all you niggas are Edomites. Y'all niggas be on top. You got 2 Edomite superpowers in the way of Russia and America, yet them niggas can't come together. This nigga got all this technology and weaponry, all them niggas face on the land, and yet they can't come together and bullshit, dominate. Them niggas end up taking each other out. Even that term, mutually assured destruction. That's really, that's a plague for you niggas. That's an Edomite disease. That's why you had these world wars. That was really for you niggas.
You got something for you real quick. This is the book of Sirach 14:5. He that is evil to himself, to whom will he be good? And he shall not take pleasure in his good. So even Esau saying the battle against Satan, he's not going to take pleasure in his NWO. Because ultimately, this nigga is going to do what? Take himself out, man. That's the beautiful thing that Yahawashi Rawchaa doing. He got the devil on autopilot, man. Right. You know, because ultimately, at the end of the devil actually going to put his own self in that quagmire. It's going back into that man. Mutual area destruction. And that's why all these different countries, they afraid to hit that button. Because they know once one go off, all of them going on.
It's like a domino effect. Yeah. Once everybody gonna let it off.
Yeah. Who want to go down with that, if I may? Yeah. Who want to go down without throwing a punch? It's like, here it is. It's like, if I don't throw a punch, it's like, damn, I'm finna get destroyed without throwing a punch. I gotta throw a punch. Bomb.
What's that term? Going out with a bang?
Yeah, got to.
We finna actually see that saying play out in its perfection, man. Yo, going out blazing glory. That dramatic saying, we finna actually see it play out in its perfection with a whole system, a whole country, landmass is about to go up in flames. And that's the saying, you know? That's the saying. You got something?
And in Matthew 12 and 25, that's right. And Yahawashi knew their thoughts and said unto them, every kingdom divided against itself is brought to desolation, and every city or house divided against itself shall not stand.
And that's the house of Edom. You got the Americans versus the rest. Them niggas is not finna come together, man. They asked, scripture talk about asking the feet of the bear. Russia's gonna take them niggas out, man. It ain't like they gonna be left. It's gonna clear the dust out. The Lord gonna take them niggas out too. And then it said the city, Babylon the Great, is hard. You got fucking Republicans, them niggas ain't seeing eye to eye. You know, Democrats, those niggas ain't seeing eye to eye. Then everybody else in between, class wars, and then ultimately gonna be food wars. Shit gonna be fucked up. But it's an effort for you niggas not to come together. We need the destruction.
Yeah.
The destruction needs to come.
Yeah.
The sheep crying out for destruction.
Yeah.
Yeah, it says, and if Satan cast out Satan, he is divided against himself. And so, how shall then his kingdom stand?
So the nigga punch himself in the gut and hit it.
Right.
You know what I mean? He gonna take himself out pretty much. Oh, the scripture talk about their sword shall enter into their own heart. You know, but going back, these devils are divided, man. You know, they're not gonna come together and show you that really. Going back, this is a symptom to the end of an empire. This is really this devil got a terminal illness. So really, it's just a countdown to his end.
Right.
You know? That was it on that.
Going back to Ezekiel 12 in verse 22, son of man, what is that proverb you have in the land of Israel, saying, the days are prolonged and every vision filled. Tell them, therefore, thus saith the Lord power, I will make this proverb to cease.
Yep. See, the proverb is now ceasing. Things are actually happening in the earth. It's not an every once in a while thing. Even with the sun and the signs in the heavens. A lot of these things are happening at a high rate. Every month is getting up some type of new type of moon, blood moon, wolf moon, some type of moon, or new reports of the Pentagon reporting you, show you where we at. The Pentagon is reporting you so-called UFO information. So these things are happening at a high rate. So you can't say that, you can't have no, can't say that shit just gonna still be as it is. Eventually, you're gonna have a sense of urgency. You got it.
If I mean, because another proverb they see is the seagull.
Yeah.
A couple years ago, niggas, it was a bunch of videos talking about how the marker of the field of MOTV, how he's seeing a slippery white woman in embargo. Those videos stopped.
Right.
Because Elon Musk just came out and said, wait, that he's coming out with a thing that's gonna have God-like powers, man. You know?
Hey, I just seen one of them guys mentioned that how the digital ID is the core of the infrastructure. So for this age, this devil think he's about to go into, everybody gotta have that thing. That's in this nigga work thinking.
God, it says, it's like it. I will make this proverb deceit, and they shall no more use this proverb in Israel, but say unto them, the days are at hand, and the effect of every vision.
And that's what we saying. Is Yahawashi coming back now in this time, man. In your lifetime, these things are about to unfold, man. The Lord said, this generation shall not pass.
Mm-hmm.
This is that generation right here, man. Lord waited till all you niggas was born. You know what I mean? Come back and show out on us, man. Come on.
Habakkuk 2 and 3.
See.
For the vision is yet for an appointed time.
Hey, somebody get that word point. You got it.
But at the end it shall speak, and it will not lie.
Hey, and it said it was for an appointed time, and it shall speak and not lie. So that when you set forth an appointment, it can be the next hour to the next day or the next week. The Lord appointed this. This is the time where the Edomites, the end of the Edomites run. This when these things will finally unfold and begin to make sense. The scriptures. Now when we read arrow, we know what that arrow talking about now. Because it was that appointment. It's here now. Everything came clear. The arrow talking about the missiles, man.
Mm-hmm.
Scripture talking about the wicked, the capital W, that's a so-called white man. Spiritual Sodom and Egypt. That's not a hard breakdown, man.
Right.
Just go to your local public society. You will find it. Yeah. You got it, bro.
It says, but at the end it shall speak and not lie.
So they're going to speak and not lie. So we see the prophecies, man. It's coming to life. You know? You got it.
Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come, it will not tarry.
Yeah, because ultimately, at the end of the day, when the Lord really bring forth the green, like, America will be destroyed in the hour. It's not like it's going to be a 6-day war. Everybody, you know what I mean? You go to your rendezvous point to stock up on weapons. You got a ceasefire. Everybody get back to it. No, this place going to be wrapped up in an hour. The scripture talking about how ultimately the Lord going to decimate the armies of Eve, man. So ain't nothing gonna turn, ain't nothing to linger, man. You know? Now somebody get that word appointed. Come on.
Yeah, that word appointed. It says Strong's G4150. Appointed place, appointed time.
See, it said an appointed place. Cause yeah, you set for an appointment. But where it gonna be at? It's gonna be here in America. This is what the Lord is going to show forth his power. Babylon the Great, which is America. That's why it's all isolated from the rest of the world too. You really look at the map. America really kind of isolated, you know, it's right there so everybody can see it.
Right.
Nobody scripture talking about the standing fall.
Right.
So, because there's smoke. You want to actually see the smoke coming up. Even one of those Russian ambassadors, he made a statement a few years back. He said, "Yeah, they're gonna be seeing the smoke from Argentina or some shit concerning the destruction of America, because these nations gonna see the destruction it's gonna be known by the way that smoke going up, man. And it's gonna burn too. This place gonna burn for a minute.
Mm-hmm.
The scripture speaks about from generation to generation, so maybe 200 years before it started to die down.
Right.
You got it, Doc.
Yes, it says, I went into the root word. It says, to meet the appointment, together assemble the appointment.
Yeah, and guess what? Going back to when we read the second after the 4th chapter, it had to be sown, but then eventually, once everything sprout into its perfection, then it was gonna be plucked up, man. You know? So that appointed place was here in America because going back to that point in time, which is the end, it's all here. We at the ends of the world, physically, geographically, but even with time aspect, the toes, it still all points to so-called white man in America being destroyed. No matter how well you flip it, you can say Egypt or Babylon, Sodom, it still points back to this nigga, man. You know? But
Now, this is the book of Isaiah 47, and I'm gonna start at verse 9. It says, therefore, hear now this, thou that art given to pleasures, that dwellest carelessly, that says in thine heart, I am, and none else beside me. I shall not sit as a widow, neither shall I know the loss of children.
hey, that's the pride of these devils. That's the pride. This nigga saying that I am. And that's what he's doing. He's trying to nigga come up with his own prophecies. The Simpsons is this nigga prophet.
Right.
You know what I mean? You go into it, nigga. All the predictive programming and shit. And this, he was trying to show that he's in power. He's the one that can make shit shape, man.
Mm-hmm.
He come up with these certain scenarios and things. He behind it. Man, you ain't, man, the Lord's the one that controls you, man. We talk about how that the Lord is the one that lift up the axe.
Right.
Yahawashi is the driving force behind Edomites. He's the left hand of the Lord in the earth, man. You got it.
It says, but these two things shall come to thee in a moment, in one day, the loss of children and widowhood, they shall come upon thee in their perfection, for the multitude of thy sorceries, and for the great abundance of thine enchantments.
Yes, let's see, widowhood and the loss of children. Great death.
Here we are.
Great death, man. That's what's coming to this place. And when you can't sugarcoat somebody finna die. If you can say that, man, you got 6 months. That shit still, you still gotta tell them they gonna die.
Right. You can put glorious in front of you. You can add the 6 glorious months to leave.
And we gonna make sure you sleep when you do that. You gonna die, nigga.
Yeah. Got a point in time.
Yeah. That's a point in time, yeah. And you can't add nothing to it. You ain't gonna be able to extend how you can extend the bill. You can't do that with life. So you talk about how there's no escape from that. You know what I'm talking about? When they said there's no power to retain the spirit.
Oh yeah.
You know. But you can go back to
When it's time to go, it's time to go, man. You know, Esau's time is wrapping up pretty quickly, man. By way of the prophecy, we see it. We see this man got a short time. Hell, he got a short time. What was it? Revelation 12:12. You know, how did you got that? Oh, wait. You got it out.
Going to the book of Isaiah 46, and I'll start verse 9. Remember the former things of old. For I am the Most High, and there is none else.
Mm-hmm.
I am the Most High, and there is none like me.
Okay.
Declaring the end from the beginning, and from the end of times, things which are not yet done, saying, my counsel shall stand, and I will do all my pleasure.
So also, this is the counsel of Yahawashi that he declared from the beginning, man. He said everything up the scenarios that are playing out in this time for Esau to go down. We're seeing it playing out, man. You know, from the famine to his infrastructure being compromised to the division of the people. You know, and we know that division is going to cause this place to have an end, man. It doesn't have any other results that it can run to. There's no other outlet but for Esau Edom's kingdom to be compromised and destroyed, man. You know, that was it.
Just going back into like the flood of Noah, the time of Noah, that was all set and stayed for America. You had Pangea back then, on Earth mass. So, the flood brought forth the separation of America, set and stayed for the future destruction declared in from the beginning. So everything plays out before the Most High will. We're witnessing right now. Isaiah 47 in verse 10, it says, "For thou hast trusted in thy wickedness, thou hast said, none see of me."
And you see Esau has trusted in his wickedness, man. When they go back to that farmer kid, I believe, in Revelation, his witchcraft. He got these nations drugged up, basically. But now they coming out of that docile state, they recognizing the whore, and now they pissed because they like, damn, we followed after this guy. He's an idiot. Hey, y'all brothers mentioned it. What is that?
Idiocracy.
The idiocracy, man.
Good. It says, "Thy wisdom and thy knowledge it hath perverted thee, and thou hast said in thine heart, I am, and none else beside."
It's going to say the wisdom of wickedness is not wisdom at all, man. So as perversion, you see this place of darkness. What is that? Job 10. Somebody grab that real quick. This is not real wisdom here, man. You following after this man's trends, his wine, his philosophy. You definitely gonna die, man, because that's what Esau produces, death, man. Whoever got that?
Book of Job, chapter 10, verse 21.
Yep.
"Before I go whence, I shall not return, even to the land of darkness."
And evil to the land of darkness, where the evil is sown, man. But the destruction thereof is not yet come. See, Job knew he was going to be here in this wicked place of America, Babylon the Great, man. You got it out.
"And the shadow of death,
Yep.
a land of darkness, as darkness itself,
Yep.
and of the shadow of death, without any order."
See, it's a setting, man, a shadow of death without any order. Go ahead.
"And where the light is as darkness."
So the things that they push forth is darkness, man. It doesn't produce light. It doesn't produce health. It produces the contrary. So this place has to be destroyed. So his wickedness has perverted him. His philosophy, his ways, the things that he puts forth, he thinks is gonna have him maintain power. But to the contrary, it's the very thing that's gonna issue his end, man. He took up the sword. He's like, oh, I got the sword. Now he boasted in it, man. But our Lord Yahawashi said, all who take the sword are going to die by the sword. And I also mentioned earlier how it's going to come down upon their own fate. That wicked elite, that's who the destruction is going to be presented upon, man, when they're about to feel their day. That was it on there?
Good. Isaiah 47 and verse 11. "Therefore shall evil come upon thee."
See? You got it.
"Thou shalt not know from whence it rises."
And we telling you though, but you so caught up in your pride, you don't believe it's gonna happen. Nah, that ain't gonna happen. But the Lord's gonna show you better than he can tell you, man. You got it.
"And mischief shall fall upon
See,
thee."
that area of the sin gonna fall upon them. Go ahead.
"And thou shalt not be able to put it off."
Hey, no golden dome, none of that. You ain't ready to put it off, man. Ain't no kind of weaponry that you gonna be able to invent gonna put off your destruction, man. You got it.
If I may explain something, it's like the Spirit talking about in Joel, they shall fall upon the sword, it shall not be wounded.
Good.
So the Lord, the Spirit talking about there's not any that can deliver out of my hand. So the Lord wants your ass, he gonna get you.
Yeah.
You mentioned concerning that golden dome, this devil got this nigga, that's why the nigga try to get Greenland and shit.
Right.
For that missile defense system and shit. That's man, fuck you, nigga, ain't getting shit there, nigga. Because he ain't watering him no more. Esau ain't profiting, this is his end. He's like,
Oh, that's it. He ain't been saturated, man. The Lord's taking away the wisdom. What's that? Ezekiel 17. Drying up that green tree. Oh yeah.
See,
Oh yeah.
Yeah, this Proverbs 14:12. It says, "There is a way which seems right unto a man, but the end thereof are the ways of death."
And you see Esau think his ways are right. His legislation he put up. his trinity push forward. He think his way is right, but in the end, it's what gonna be death, man. You know. That was it on that.
You got it. Psalm 7 and 13. He said, "He had prepared for him the instruments of death. He ordained his arrows against the persecutors." Yeah, so that's going back to like what you're going into, like Esau pretty much devised the laws and ways from all sides, so it's gonna be a recompense. Lord's pretty much sharpening his sword, going to the thermonuclear weapons. Mm-hmm. That's why the weak are strong now, because everybody got a nuke pretty much. Right. And who are they ordained at? They're ordained in America. Mm-hmm. All right?
Yeah, it's like those instruments of death, man. You know, the Lord set up those certain scientists, give them the technology and the mindset of building these buildings. They ain't just a show. You know, they ain't just put in silos to sit there for years and years and years. Now, man, these things gonna be shot out. They're gonna be used, man. You know?
If I made these niggas going to Iran and shit, that's driving these other nations to scrap up.
Right. Right.
You don't think niggas that didn't have the strap ain't quick to go get one? They ain't gonna get the email. Motherfucker hit up Kim Jong one guy, let me get the email. Cause they ain't finna invade Rocket Man.
Right.
He ain't get that name from that.
Yeah.
He gonna show you what that name talking about.
Yeah.
These niggas with Iran Canadians, man, that's we talking about they gonna contribute to they said they gonna be a part of wasting the land of the Syrians, man. So you gonna drive them, nigga, get them, everybody gonna have them things eventually, man.
Or what's the old saying, ain't no fun when the rabbit
got
got
the
the gun.
That's it.
You know, or the brother read it earlier, he who persecute the nations. You've been persecuting the nations all this time, man. So it ain't gonna be a hindrance when you gotta get the get back, man. Yeah, everybody wanna live, yeah.
And everybody gonna cheer it on.
Yeah,
Hey, what was that, what's that, Full Metal Jacket.
Oh, man.
They strapped that nigga down to the bed. Everybody got licked in. That's what the nation gonna do to America.
Yeah, you do have to land.
But the nigga ain't finna go to sleep at night. He ain't gonna wake up and he's gonna be dead. Yeah, because the last guy was really his ally. He beat the shit out of him. So that's the allies shit gonna beat your ass too.
Damn.
It's like, this Isaiah 33 and 1. It says, "Woe to thee that spoilest, and thou was not spoiled, and dwelt treacherously, and they dwelt not treacherously with thee. When thou shalt cease to spoil, thou shalt be spoiled. And when thou shalt make an end to deal treacherously, they shall deal treacherously with thee."
And that's what you're gonna be ready to see, man. Even the allies, as brother is gonna shoot that missile here, man. As you coming to the end of prophecy, everybody gonna be against the war. You know? That was it on that out.
This is the book of Jeremiah 50, and start at verse 1. It says, "The word of the Lord spake against Babylon and against the land of the Chaldeans by Jeremiah the prophet."
Hey, it's talking about America. They ain't concerning ancient Babylon. Going to the judgments. It's the same judgments of Edom. It's the same judgment of
No,
he said
y'all see the phone?
Yeah, his tape might get filled up.
Yeah, good.
Hey, the word out though. You know what I mean? Yeah, he said, they show you this word ain't going out in vain.
Right.
And that gonna show you too why a lot of people gonna die. They heard.
Yeah.
Motherfucker looking at you crazy in the store. Cause they seen that video, man. Yo, they seen you at camp and shit, man. Yeah, they like, damn. If I could tell him to say, kill that bitch, I know that's him.
I know this.
He said, he just said, I know that's him. Yeah, man, motherfuckers know who we are in the spirit, bro.
There's a quick story.
He was in 34th Street, and Floyd was across the street. Mayweather, he was across the street, and I pointed to a problem like, Floyd, man. I was like, he said, man, fuck it. He said, we the real celebrities.
Yeah.
You know, that stuck with me. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
We actually the real celebrities of this age. You know what I'm saying? Even though these guys got status in this world, you know, we got status in the world of company. That's where it matters. You know, that's where that was talk about the treasures.
Yeah.
And no man can rob and steal. Floyd got robbed. Like 172. By the time he had. But he was just over there in that land, like, saluting. They gave him a damn trophy, but they stole 175.
I hope he did Israel when the destruction comes.
We got status now. Like amongst Esau elites, they watching us.
Yes.
And here it is, we regular men going, you know, getting paid minimum wage, but he watching Brother Barack video. He's nigga, man. You know? He watching this brother. This dude is obsessed with this man. That's celebrity status, man.
If I make you, everybody ran his course. You had trap niggas, thugs, the violent mode. This is something new in the earth that's going to stay, man. Because talk about the wisdom, the light that coming from her is never going to go out. Everybody had their little run and shit.
Right.
The super deep nigga. That shit gone now, man.
Right.
This is what's hot. You got so-called celebrities. Nigga was, I'm an Israelite. Kodak,
Right.
the nigga Nick Cannon. All these niggas, man, they know what's up, man. You know?
They all got platforms right now.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, they all got something to say.
Right.
Celebrity, you couldn't get a word out of them before. Right. All of a sudden, they got, you know, they at the forefront. Wow. There's that word out there, man. They conflicted.
We still talk about how we should gain fame and put the saints. So they know who are in the spirit, man. The next rulers. See, the spirit power Yahawashi, outside Lord, when we part of that number, man. You know, they know. These people know what's up. That's it. Yeah, let's go.
Isaiah.
Hold on, real quick.
Psalms 82:6. I have said, ye are gods, and all of you are children of the Most High. All right. Yeah. I mean, so the Lord gave us this special kind of inheritance and established us higher than the other nations. All right. Lowercase g, gods. All right. You know, they used to have a term back up north, peace God. You know, they call each other God. But here it is, you know, a power is what we are, princes of the power. And you come back to your nationality, you come back to the realization that the Most High created you special and peculiar. Said it calls Israel a peculiar people. All right. And then another name for us is special treasure. All right. Royal diadem. All right. Everywhere you look in the scriptures, Israel is likened to a delicate woman and everything that's precious, everything that you treasure.
Right.
So we're gonna come back to that status, even though the Lord dropped us down, you know, to show us what it looked like at the bottom. So when we finally rise to the top, we can celebrate that occasion, but also, you know, we can see, we know what it's like, you know, and we never gonna, you know, the spirit gonna be on us and never want that again, not desire that again. And we know what it's like being at the bottom, man. The scripture said, how is the gold become them? So you looking at it with all people, but the Lord slowly, you see it, He putting the blessings right back into Israel, man. And it starts with His word and it starts with His doctrine.
I mean, that adds to a sense of appreciation. To know you know how valuable it is because you lost it, you got it back again. Because Israel was set upon an idea, it was cast down low, and all of a sudden, like the elder just mentioned, one going to be put in this position once again, man, having those curses upon us, man. Right. You know, so this truth is a valuable thing.
See, get that.
This book of Matthew 5, verse 14. It says, ye are the light of the world. A city that is set on a hill cannot be hid.
So you ain't got no choice but to acknowledge, man. This you ain't come now, it's starting to make sense. And back then, it was entertaining if you came across the Israelite entertainment. But now, this is your news. You know, this is your update on current world affairs, man. You know, so they ain't got no choice but to acknowledge and listen. Because really, these are the words of Yahawashi and the Lord, He really getting the people undivided attention, knowingly or unknowingly. Nigga going by this day, but he ain't got no choice but to acknowledge the gas is getting higher.
Right.
How can you make sense of that? Why is they going in Iran? Why is this all these whys? Well, the Lord gave us power to answer that, man. Right, the digital ID, that's spirit. They talking about that's the core of the infrastructure. That's the base. So that means everybody gotta have that thing to come to the next society. Just like, you know, if you go to Chuck E. Cheese, they had to stamp your hand to be allowed to enter. That's how it's gonna be in a new world, which is not going to be there for long. As soon as they shake out the ground, especially kind
I got that word here.
of
Crypto.
oh man,
It says,
As in the Greek God?
come on, man.
it says to hide, conceal, to be hid, escape notice. So this, if I may, this gospel cannot escape notice, man. It's everywhere. What is that? Is that Hebrews? Not Hebrews. Habakkuk 2. Well, matter of fact, somebody go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah, this but the second is chapter 2 and verse 14. For the earth shall be filled with the knowledge of the glory of the Lord.
See, the earth is going to be filled with the knowledge of the glory of the Lord. Go ahead.
It says, as the waters cover the sea.
So it's everywhere, man. It's in every nook and cranny. It's in the facet of the society of America, Babylon the Great, and the whole world. It can't escape notice. You know, you see it on TikTok. You see it on all social media programs, man. It can't escape it, you know. And that's how you people gonna be held accountable. You know, as a brother drove by, said shalom. Usually they say shalom, you know. But that's just another indicator, another I don't want to say token for water, you know. That this place is for the end, man.
Right.
You know.
They're listening more and more.
I got one more in this definition. It says metaphor to conceal that it may not become known. So it's not being, you know, it's being made known, man. You know. And what our Lord Yahawashi said, in St. John 15, if I had not come and spoken unto them, they had not seen. But now you have no cloak for your sin, man. But you're gonna be held accountable now, you know.
It is Proverbs chapter 4 and verse 18.
That's it.
It says, but the path of the just.
I'm about to get on 2 Peter the first chapter.
Yes, it says, but the path of the just is as the shining light. That shineth more and more until the perfect day.
So having it said the path of the just is as the shining light. See, we on a path, man. But it says it's as the shining light because we have the testimony of Yahawashi. We see things through the spirit of prophecy. So we see things that are ahead. And as we get closer and closer to the perfect day, which is the return of our Lord Yahawashi, things are becoming clearer and clearer. Because even the scriptures, for an example, talk about the least of the flock shall draw them out. And that's the something really Israel dragging America to World War III. And that word draw actually one of the definitions is drag. Now when you go into the news, you have these mappers that's against the war. They'll say, yeah, Israel dragged us into this. So it's becoming clear, man. It's making more and more sense. Why? Because we see things through the testimony of Yahawashi. You know, it's like, I dare you to say something after this. You can't. Who got that 2 Peter real quick? Yeah, one in like 19. Yep, that's it.
It's the book of 2 Peter, chapter 1, and verse 19. And it says, we have also a more sure word of prophecy, whereunto ye do well that ye take heed.
And to show you that this comes with a sense of urgency as well. You know, prophecy to show you that it really is nothing to take light. You know, nothing to sneeze at. Because they would say it will be well unto you to take heed. It will be for your benefit, for your welfare, your safety, to hearken unto this word. You know, reacting properly to that trumpet being blown. You got it.
As unto a light that shineth in the dark place.
See, as a light that shine up in a dark place. Because what's really that dark place? The future, man. Even 5 minutes from now, what's really going to happen? We don't know. You know, but we know ultimately what's going to happen concerning the future of America. From the famine, you know, people looting, you know, the fires and shit, to ultimately destruction, World War III. That's we see that. We see that. That's in the dark to everyone else. But it's clear to us. Our scripture talk about that testimony of the Lord is sure, making wise the simple.
Right.
So we've been hooked onto the intent and purposes of the Lord. You got one.
Until the day dawn, and the day star arise in your heart.
See, the day dawn, until the day dawn, the day star rises in your heart. So things becoming brighter and brighter. As the sun come, you know, begins to rise. It's more light now. Okay, now it's making sense because light has been shed on it, man. Continue on that.
It says, knowing this first, and no prophecy of the scriptures is of any private interpretation.
So y'all, just like even back then with Noah was just so salty, he came up with the craziest judgment in the world. You know, the Lord gonna drown everybody. You know, that was the intense and purpose of the Lord, because you can only come up with so much shit. The Lord got some shit for your ass. You know what I mean?
The hard part was it's hard to believe. Like,
Yeah, that's
it
it.
ain't never happened before.
Right. And yeah, that's the spirit, because that scripture made a conscious effort to say that, like in the 2nd chapter, Lord made dew from the earth.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, a couple of chapters old, but now he talking rain.
Right.
Come on, man.
They had the platform to stand on.
Right.
Almost 2 values.
Yeah, that's the spirit. Ooh. Listen, use that's heavy, because that was a talking point. That was an actual argument. You don't think guys was coming against Noah?
Right.
And saying, you know, a nigga woke up 5 o'clock that morning and shit, and was talking about the dew?
The dew doctrine.
This.
Well, hey, good.
The dew doctrine. They argued Noah till they were blue in the face concerning the dew came from the cloud. Ain't no such thing as rain.
Right.
Yeah, all kind of bywords.
Yeah.
Names at that time.
They probably named them storm or some, you know what I mean? Thunderstorms and shit. Some type of crazy, you know what I mean? But then when that first drop came, that nigga felt that shit on his shoulder the first time. They not telling how these people react to this shit. But eventually, guess what? Niggas started building canoes and shit. Trying to come up another way, trying to adjust. Eventually, I'm gonna die. Niggas fled to high ground, but that shit didn't work. We're talking about the waters exceeded the mountains, like 15 cubits. So if you went in the ark, you were gonna die.
That is the first person to run to the ark and beat him.
Right.
You know, he just knew he'd get there first.
Right.
And they opened up. They did. That was a loud bang. That was a loud bang that sealed into the ark door.
Oh yeah, Lord made sure niggas heard it. Lord made sure niggas heard it.
That was made it room.
Right.
Yeah, something close. You know what I'm saying?
Something ain't right.
Yeah.
The sky started changing colors.
The wind blew a
Hold
little
on,
different.
what?
Yeah. The birds got the hell up out of
Yeah, you start seeing animals and shit just automatically they start going to the ark and shit.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
The scripture say, woe unto you that desire the day of the Lord.
Yeah.
You know, it is darkness and not light. So that's a different kind of airy feeling. Think it's gonna be a happy, you know. Imagine how many people sitting and rocking their rocking chair. They got their Bible in their hand. I know the day of the Lord gonna come. But it ain't as happily as they thought it was gonna be.
Yeah, because you know when they were thinking about that bitch on the movie with Vince, she
Oh, yeah.
kind of embraced it.
Oh, yeah.
But she thinks she was just gonna go to heaven.
Right.
Bitch, you gonna suffer the plagues. But go back to read that again, bro.
Yup, going back up, 2 Peter chapter 1, and verse 20, it says, knowing this first, that no prophecy of the scripture is of any private interpretation. For the prophecy came not in old time by the will of man.
So I mentioned the spirit, Lord didn't just come up with that on the fly concerning that judgment. That's a well thought out. Could talk about the waters deep, ground open up and the sky open up. That thought came from the heavens, man. That idea, because even now you got enemies. You just want to put a nigga there. You want to choke him out, see his life leave from his eye. That's your judgment. But what the Lord can do, lock the nigga up for 2 years, slew of things happen to a nigga, and that was more feeling to what you can do to a nigga.
Right.
Right.
A lot of terrible.
Oh yeah. Oh man. Yeah. The Lord's a terrible judge. That's the opposite of what I mentioned. Poor light.
Yeah.
Because that nigga, the Lord got him, man. He's still locked up, and he gonna get the chip when the destruction comes. See, the Lord sealed that nigga instructions. He was already sit down from the heavens on what he was gonna do. Boy, got that dude. Yeah, that nigga, man, he gonna die in jail.
His name is Noah.
Oh, it actually is too. Yeah.
No.
Lord, got that dude.
Lord, cold.
He gave him a name. You couldn't get it.
He ain't gonna have no confidence.
Bro brought out the word Noah means rest.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
He had no rest.
Crazy, man. Nigga fighting for his blood and shit, man. It's like, continue on. Yep.
2 Peter 1:21, it says, for the prophecy came not in old time by the will of man, but holy men of Yahawashi bahasham Yahawashi spake as they were moved by the Holy Spirit.
See, it's the Holy Spirit that driven us to speak on these things. Talking about he shall teach you all things, bring all things to your remembrance. So now the Lord brought us back to expound on these prophecies of old, man. Which really they were set for this moment now. So this how you know that you are acquainted with the Holy Spirit. You prophesy. And the main focus is concerning the overthrow of America. The prophecy concerning this place, Babylon the Great, which is the destruction. World War III is biblical. And the venue, the place where it's going to happen, the main event, is here in America. The results is this place going to be totally engulfed in flames. But, that's all.
This is Ezekiel 33 and verse 1. Again, the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, speak to the children of thy people, and say unto them, when I bring the sword upon the land.
As I said, when I bring the sword upon the land. So really, it's the Lord is responsible for the death and the destruction and anguish. And it could be through Esau, through some nigga that's hungry, man. But it's Yahawashi, he's the source, man. You got it.
If the people of the land take command of their coast and set him for their watchmen.
Yeah, and that's what you have seen, people have taken Nate and the IUIC as their watchman.
Right.
To watch over their city. Oh, somebody get Psalm, I think it's not 127, might be 147. Lord, give back Nate the city. But it says they have something for their watchman. So you got guys that have IUIC to watch over them. IGBK to be their watchman. Somebody got that Psalm 127?
Yeah. It's the book of Psalms 127 and verse 1. Except the Lord built the house, they labor in vain that built it. Except the Lord keep the city, the watchman waketh but in vain.
See, it's so really the Lord only watching over Jerusalem. He only watching over the house of David. Everybody else really don't matter about 2/3. You know, they just really just set up to be strong. You know, you might say, well, that's make a better thing because you got these guys that set up to be detour signs. You know? So you can go back out.
Now, Ezekiel 33 and verse 3, if when he seeth the sword come upon the land, he blow the trumpet and warn the people.
See, that's what you're supposed to do, man. We telling you that the so-called white man about to come down with great wrath. This nigga's about to try to set up this digital system. You gotta have a digital ID. And guess what? Your side jobs, just every little thing you do is gonna be recorded, man. And you don't agree to his standard, he gonna cut your shit out. You know?
If I may,
Yeah, you got it.
no more getting money under the table.
That's
man.
it.
You know, you ain't gonna be paid off the books no more. See, he wants total control, man. And so we warning you, this devil, he ain't just satisfied with having islands and ruling nations. Now he wants you now, man.
That's it.
You know?
Verse 4, and whosoever heareth the sound of the trumpet and taketh not warning, the sword come and take him away. His blood shall be upon his own head.
And again, that's what these other Israelites do. They privy to the judgments. They know that so-called white men are Edomites. You know, that's why they're great, and they understand the judgment. Neither might say it. I heard IUIC say America will be destroyed. Yet, that spirit don't push that. That spirit don't bring that. They don't present. You know, you know what I mean? They really got an American spirit. They got a spirit on you to keep you here. Scripture talk about that those wicked men they have counsel to pretty much keep you in the pot, man. You know, so they ain't got the spirit of really having that sense of urgency, you know, that Passover spirit, that Exodus, you know, boots girded, boots on, loins girded, you know, ready to really leave. They ain't present that message. Well, they might say it, but they ain't having that spirit right. Because he might say it in the next videos, they'll be in a fucking cookout. You know?
If I may, they giving that uncertain sign.
That's exactly what it is.
They may say, hey, America gonna be destroyed, but they ain't giving you significance in the one of our posts and they're pinning danger.
Right.
You know?
Clean up downtown Birmingham.
Right. Pick up trash and shit. But you picking up trash and the key to the phone. But we know that's part of the requirement of that 501c3. So you really want to be here, man.
Nigga clean up Israel. Ain't no way. You should be an Israel cleaning up shit.
You should have made AI video of
Right,
y'all
do that.
cleaning shit up. There we go.
If I may, just to add to the point, that 501c3 and these dudes cleaning up the community is basically a arbitration agreement that you guys signed into with Esau. Because when you go into legal law with Esau, an arbitration agreement, and niggas sign them all the time just to even get on their phones nowadays. If you sign an arbitration agreement, it's simply if you want to use this phone, hey, when you match okay to this, that you're in agreement that to be able to use this phone, if you ever want to go and sue this guy, that you can't directly sue him, y'all got to sit down at the table and come to some compromise or some form of agreement that always benefits Esau. So that, therefore, you're already compromised from the get-go. So therefore, you can never sign that arbitration agreement. Right? So therefore, you can't deal with that product at all. The scriptures tell us that he that touch people shall be defiled with, man. It's simple.
If I may too, that you guys that I think that's when you read St. Luke 11, talk about how really those leaders they was pretty much getting worked up because Yahawashi and fame was gathering. Right. They were saying the Romans going to come take our place.
That's it, huh?
That was really because that 501c3 they gonna take away the benefits.
I mean, the Lord told us never trust our enemy. So the hell you trusting, doing all the things And these niggas want you just for tax-free dollars, man. You know, this basically these guys ultimately compromise the doctrine just so they can get a tax write-off. You know? Keep you in America.
Some stipulations on what you can teach and what you can't say. Right. You can't be a racist group and receive a 501c3. But you gotta reroute your words.
Lead them back to America. You can get a fuck, then tell them go left.
Right.
And then pick another left.
Right.
Tell them go here. They
Go
really
back where
back.
you going.
So your argument always gonna be a tad bit off, man. I don't well believe you, man.
Right. The scriptures talk about how they covenant with death. It's gonna be disallowed.
Oh, that's it.
You know?
Oh, especially when niggas digging them, man.
Oh,
Yeah, your contract gonna get burned up.
Yeah, cuz.
You see the law gonna get you niggas, man. You a sick fucking demon.
Yeah.
How dare you niggas, man?
Yeah.
Man, love will kill, man.
Cuz.
The Lord said, well, the word say, know how to be a base and know how to be a bound.
That's it.
You can tell Deacon don't know how to be a base at all.
Man, that nigga had the super. He had all the video games he was in.
Yeah.
He never experienced no type of resistance.
He had the 11s in every color.
Yeah, cuz.
Christmas days.
And the first iPhone.
No whippings.
Right.
Don't put your hand on everybody like this add notes to our doctrine compared to everybody else. Our doctrine is based upon prophecy. When a lot of these other guys' doctrine, when Deacon first came out, one of his first videos he did was on GMS. Why? Instead of you being occupied in prophecy, man, you occupied in what we doing, man. You know?
Meanwhile, yo,
You got a precept I make. Exodus 34 and 12 tell you, even to thyself, dost thou make a covenant with the inhabitants of the land, whither thou goest, lest it be for a snare in the midst of thee.
Yeah, that's ultimately gonna be a snap for them, man. You know, that was a commandment all the way back then that reaches all the way to this time, man. You making a covenant with the heathen around about you, man. You don't supposed to have no allegiance with Esau or any other nation, for that matter.
Trying to say, but you shall destroy their altars, and break their images, and cut down their grove.
Hey, we doing that through the spirit, man. See, concept they at TGC ministry. Get the fuck out of here, man. You know, it just sound American. You know? Yeah. Yeah, man. You know? But they show you they done made that covenant with death, man. They exclusively went against the ways of the Lord, man. And now, once they result for doing that, they're going to be put to death. And it may be a public thing, too, man. You know? But the Lord said he's going to cast them down in the sight of the congregation. See? That was it, out.
Isaiah 30, in verse 13, it said, therefore, this iniquity should be to you as a breach ready to fall.
Yeah.
And this Isaiah 30 in verse 9, it says, this is a rebellious people, lying children. Yep. This is verse 8. It says, now go, write it before them in the table, and note it in the book, that it may be for the time to come forever and ever. That this is a rebellious people, lying children that will not hear the law of the Lord.
You say children that will not hear the law of the Lord. We know what the definition for the word law, but we know it applies to really now is the body of prophetic teachers.
Right.
The prophetic teachers, they don't want to hear that, man. Because it tells your routine being broken up. The weekend tricking out, that shit finna be over with soon, man. All that goof ass shit America presents, your dream and aspiration, all that shit finna go, man. You know, so Jake don't want to hear part. They don't want to hear America about to be destroyed. Because he just got his food truck. He just started making a profit. Why he want America to be destroyed now? Right. But what the scripture say? It said, there are many devices in a man's heart. Nevertheless, the counsel of the Lord, that's what's going to stand. Because guess what? He talked about when he just about to fill his belly. Right. Niggas fucking laugh about it. That's when the Lord gonna make him throw all that shit up, bro. He just got his food truck out the ground.
Yeah.
See, just starting to get right. You got customers and shit, regulars. Shit blow up in your face.
Meanwhile, Moses had it all.
Right.
He still gave all that up.
That's it.
Suffer with it.
That's it.
So the winners are the sufferers in this lifetime.
Right.
But yeah, because it said it's only for a season.
Mm-hmm.
They mentioned that it's just for a season, man. All this shit temporary. Everything really, see it. What is it, the playoffs? These different, you got hockey and basketball. That show you that it's about to come to an end. It's about to be wrapped up.
That's it.
He said AI is the new referees at the NBA.
Yeah,
No,
yeah, I see it. Yeah, that's it. I don't get that.
Oh, they even got a thing with the baseball now where you can change the call because the AI is setting up the
Oh
strike
yeah, I
zone
see
clock.
it. Yeah, and that shit been fucked up too. That been fucking up some tickets.
You come.
The damn
Yeah,
strikes.
you- Oh,
Even they got the season in the ball.
Yeah, they saw them do. They got the tip in the box. Yeah. But that's all in all sports. Baseball, football, basketball, all of them got tips in them.
That's how they track how many yards,
Stats and all that shit. Yeah.
There's another report that brother sent out. I think it's Chicago had 82,000 tickets because them scanners caught them speeding. So they gave out 82,000 tickets, I believe in a month or this year. So you see how they really using the AIs to put a squeeze on you people. And it's already a hard year. Inflation already killing you at the gas station and the food. So they ain't gonna have no mercy. There's gonna be more squeezes. Yeah, you thought your food truck was gonna deliver.
I just saying something to the spirit concerning the AI. Like up in New York, you got so many tickets, speeding tickets, they gonna put the AI chip on your car. And that shit gonna limit your speed. Like, motherfuckers say, all right, you can only go 45 miles an hour. You know what I mean? But that's how these new cars gonna come.
Yeah, with the kill switch.
Yeah, all that shit, man. So where we at in this process? We be at the end, man. Well,
It's back in Isaiah 30, in verse 10, it says, we'll say to the seer, see not, and to the prophets, prophesy not unto us right things.
because they don't want to hear about destruction. This is right there, because this is actually beneficial. It's going to be benefit to your health, your life. Life in existence is going to benefit from the destruction of America and the fall of Esau. That's why going back to Isaiah, talking about how the fir tree is going to rejoice. And that's going to be literal and the people, man. You got it.
Look, it says, speaking to us smooth things, prophesy to see.
And that's what nigga want to hear. That this place, what that nigga Alice A says, we got 1,000 more. Bitch ass faggot. But you see why he said that. He been enjoying himself.
That's discouraging to the righteous.
Yeah.
You even saying
Because we hasten. We try to get the fuck. You want 1,000 years of prison? You niggas doing shit to get no time. You sick. That's how Tupac was in Don't Be a Menace. The nigga, he couldn't let go of prison, man.
Yeah, he wanted to go back.
Nigga had $5. Nigga put a carton of cigarettes in him. My money ain't good, nigga. That's these niggas here in America too, though. This is a sick fucking place. That was sick. That was sick. He said he ain't afraid. You got it, bro.
Yeah, it says, get you out of the way, turn aside out of the path.
And that's what they said to Yahawashi, really, man. They don't want no parts of Yahawashi. They want Caesar. They want Barabbas. And that's what you got. You got a violent, homo ruler, man.
Right.
That's what you niggas want. I mean, even back then when the Jake was crying for a king, Lord gave you niggas Saul. He said, I even give you what you asked for. The nigga became a tyrant. Nigga ended up killing the priests and he gonna do that now. That's what you ask. That's what you gonna get, man. You know? You got it.
It says, cause the Holy One of Israel to cease from before us. Wherefore thus said the Holy One of Israel, because he despised his word and trusted in oppression and perverseness.
And that's what it is. Either you gonna love the one or the other, man, and despise and hate the other. So since you have a thing for evil, you got a sentimental value. Once your outside present up to you, you ain't gonna want no parts of it, man. You saying shoot. But us have opened out. We embrace Yahawashi and the things that we once hold as value. We cast that shit away, man. That's a dirty rag. But Jake's still embracing that dirty rag.
It says, therefore, this iniquity, trust in oppression and perverseness, and stay thereon. Therefore, this iniquity should be to you as a breach ready to fall, swelling out in a high wall.
And they say as a breach ready to fall, swelling out in a high wall. So let's just say you ceiling and shit got a bubble. And you just, you know what I mean? You see it sagging. You just going back to the day, and you know what I mean? Each day the shit just continue to sag more and more. And that's what's happening now. You know, all these events taking place in these so-called get back to normal. It ain't really getting back to normal. The shit just get worse. Like with this Crown Vic, the Crown 19, that shit really ain't got back to what it was before that shit came.
Right.
It's that's the spirit. That's what they call that shit, the new normal.
And if I may, it's still in their system. They still find it in people's blood,
Right.
veins.
Yeah.
The worst part about things called spike proteins, they still find it in them after the jab, of course.
See, you still got commercials on them. Hell, they even brought Fauci back.
Right.
Show you like it ain't shit finna go back. It ain't gonna feel like the 2010s. Nigga wanna go back to 2018 and shit.
Right.
Damn, nigga, that shit wasn't no better. But you know what I mean?
Yeah. The 99 and the 2000.
Yeah. Jake really wanted to bring that shit back, that nostalgia. And it was like they got reduced to just wanting to go back to the 2010s. You want that so much, it's so fucked up. You a 2010s.
Right. Look, so crazy. The Lord did bring the stuff back. He brought back the curses of those times. That's what's going on with Jacob. Because, hey, Big Mama used to die at 50 and catching a stroke. Or maybe 60. You niggas dying from strokes and catching heart attacks in your 30s now. Why? Because of that C-bit, man. That's it. Hey, man, I got a homegirl. Hey, she came online and was like, yo, man, I got Bell's palsy. She just turned 32. You done caught a stroke at 32? Hey, welcome to 1990. Big Mama used to catch that at 50. Now you catch me at 32. You spent the clock up. Going down the back 20 years.
Everything going fast.
Yeah, everything's going faster now, man.
Yeah.
So welcome to the 90s, nigga.
Second Ezra 7:43. It said, but the day of doom shall be the end of this time, and the beginning of the immortality for it to come, wherein corruption is past.
Read it again.
It said, but the day of doom shall be the end of this time, the beginning of the immortality for it to come.
So hey, that's what's on this. That's what's on this calendar, so to speak.
Right.
Is the day of doom for this age, and that's World War III. Hey, you got a doomsday clock, man.
Right.
In this what is it, 60 seconds to midnight or whatever, 55 seconds, and them niggas really trying to hold hand back.
Yeah.
All this shit going on, you want to knock it down 5 seconds. There's so much shit happening, man. But just going back to the point is that these devils even acknowledge it, like, they ain't got that much time. But it says they'll do in this time, in the beginning of immortality, man. See that we on that path to immortality now. We going through that process now. Beginning with having the immortal thoughts. You gotta have a mindset. Talk about flying and this. You gotta be home. You gotta have the mind for it first. You gotta be hip to it before we even get to it.
Believe.
That's it. Believe. You gotta believe. That's
It said wherein corruption is past. That's what we're going into this lifetime. It's about corruption.
Right.
The more you see it clear, now you see corruption everywhere, man.
That's right.
You know, asbestos and shit. You know, things flying in the air. You gotta when you look at the weather app, it'll say the air quality. We actually look at that, man.
Yes.
I mean, y'all people actually look at the air quality before y'all walk outside.
Look at
Shit, how you gotta consider where you go out.
And you think that's good because it's young.
Yesterday it was red.
It was red the other day, now it's yellow. So you don't want to breathe in too deep, but you can take it. You know what I mean?
And nobody got an answer to that.
Right.
They ain't no like official statement of the governor. Obviously, he'll come out and say, "Well, today, we got our officials working on it." Nobody say nothing. We just gotta walk out and breathe that bullshit. That's why corruption got a pass. It says intemperance is at an end.
And you got mukbangs, food eating contests and shit. You got even a bitch. You a fucking she want to sleep with 1,000 men.
Yeah.
How dare you bitches, man? Now how dare you? Because it began with the Edomites, the rule of the power that be, to sign off on that shit. So like you got.
Yes, if I may, you got Angel Reese, not
hate that bitch,
80 bodies at 23, man.
That what she said. And that bitch, I hate that wide-eyed bitch. She proud and she garbage at the same time, man.
All the bitch can do is rebound.
She can rebound and the bitch say she the face of the damn Kayla Cloud, more of a Jake than she is.
Yeah, she can't. Watch her compilation videos of her doing the layup.
Look like
She ain't like that.
yeah, man, that bitch. I'll bring shit. She better out being selling box. That bitch will be famous, man. She'll be man. That bitch had an OL. You know what I mean? Selling that thing for 200. She can be she can prosper in that.
Right.
That basketball ain't for her, man. You gotta slack it.
Yeah, that word intemperance says intemperance is the lack of moderation.
That's it.
No, yeah.
I say you have to no discipline.
Yes.
Cause guess what? You can order a burger and you can add how many patties you want on that.
Right.
Tell even certain I seen some shit. It was on YouTube concerning like secret menus and restaurants. And fucking Wendy's got a burger with 10 fucking patties on that shit, man. But you gotta go to the window and say some crazy shit. I mean, the ice cream comes from crazy. And they'll drive to the front and you got a burger with 10 fucking patties on it. Sick.
That's why they supersize came out years ago.
Man.
Secret menu.
Supersize. Obesity.
Right.
That's because of intemperance right there.
Yep.
We can talk about, it's food, but it's intemperance too. Right. Gluttony is a real thing. You feeding your face, snacks and all that. Some people put their snacks under the pillow and behind the bed.
Hide shit.
Hey, 600-pound life show you that intemperance at its man.
Right.
That's you can't eat when you watch that shit.
And they put that shit on TV though. Yeah. Like they put it on a pedestal for somebody to see, right, and aspire to. I want to be the next 600-pound life.
The doctors showing you how the system is ingrained to make you like that. The doctors can't say nothing about it, because that'll like offensive to big, what they call
Big
big,
farm.
yeah. Well, I was gonna say big bone,
So like,
big bone women. You know, you can't even tell them, look, you're obese. Like right now, you actually morbidly obese. You got to turn morbidly obese, right? But you can't say that because that's offensive to Eve. You know, you see the main one, morbidly obese. She got the weight of a linebacker.
And then you have these fucking Hamites come over and embrace 400 pounds, you know what I mean? SS, they call it SS
Supersize.
Supersize. And the
That
big,
shit crazy.
yeah, man. And everything a titty. Like, but it be them Hamites and shit. They embrace that shit. And now they embrace that shit. Like, they call this shit body shaming,
Yeah, man.
fat shame, all that. People that was introduced that no bullying shit. See, bullying is really healthy.
Yeah.
Because it will really rebuke.
Come.
When something, oh, you gonna, you know what I mean, really making fun of you because he's a mole, that means you need to stop being a mole. You know?
You got it. The bully said, if you're flooded,
You flood, that means you need to adjust. You got to. Because guess what? When that nigga got cracked on about whatever, I bet he went home and fixed that shit.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right. You raised hell.
Yeah. Brother, you told you forced your mama to get you another haircut. Whatever it was.
I ain't going back.
You got that shit straight.
I'll take whatever beef. I ain't going back. I used to do it.
Real talk. That was like a beauty. It was like healthy. You was like constructive criticism in the sense. You getting cracked. It was true. They don't sit fucked up. So now you finna fix that shit.
Racist.
Right. All this. Good.
They got more saying temperance is the lack of moderation, self-restraint, or due control. It typically
Yeah, it's a self-restraint because niggas can't help. Niggas can't help but to commit adultery. The nigga who just got put together, he just had to climb that second story balcony to pop this bitch. He couldn't help it, man. He just he couldn't restrain himself. And he got Swiss cheese.
Come. You seen the video of that Chinese?
Yeah, oh, that was beautiful, man.
I watched that.
Why do y'all bust
Yeah.
yes.
He was hanging on.
Yes.
You know, he couldn't hang on no longer.
And the nigga was a fitness instructor.
Yeah.
So he thought he had nigga look like he was confident.
Right.
He just gonna ride it out.
Right.
Now the Lord had an angel making shit slippery, man.
That nigga felt like 30 stars or something. Yeah.
The nigga had like a form, like
Yeah,
you would think that nigga gonna be there
Right.
for a minute. No. Lord made that nigga push, had an angel push that nigga, man. Because he fell just like this, too.
Yeah, he felt like he had the grip still.
say it typically refers to an excessive or uncontrolled indulgence in physical appetites, most commonly regarding alcohol, drunkenness, but can also describe overeating or a lack of restraint in anger or in speech. If I may, you got some the emotional characteristics that you get from being raised by mama, auntie, and all of that, and that causes a lot of just emotional rage. Next thing you know, you're trying to flip over something that just could have been talked about and dealt with. That also goes in intemperance. And it's again back in 2 Ezra 7:44. Intemperance is at an end. That's something worthy of celebrating, man. Again, we could deal with now. You can deal with the world because this is about to end.
You didn't say it's at the end. Y'all brought that out there, Job 10, because now order is going to be in the earth once again as well. This is the place without any order. It's a fucking free fall, man. Ain't no limits, man. Here, it's like you got it.
Oh yeah, no, for sure. It says, reading on, infidelity is cut off.
And yeah, because now everything got to be tangible to be full. There ain't no faith. You motherfucker, come on, they got to ask where your school is. Motherfucker don't, because especially now we're the devil. how everybody's scamming and shit. You can't trust shit. You know, but ultimately, when this word is presented, these people ain't gonna trust because they trust in evil. Because everything they can see this shit. He got he's pitching up to you. You can see it. We believe we know that see. That's Second Corinthians 4 chapter.
They walk by faith, not by sight.
Right.
You know, when you walk by faith, you won't do the thing with it. You won't please the lust of the flesh.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, because the nigga, if he can see that direct deposit pending, you know what I mean? But he like that, you like that.
It says infidelity is cut off, righteousness is grown, and the truth is sprung up.
Hey, that's the transition that we come into, man. It said righteousness is grown, truth is sprung up. That's what you're seeing now. And of it, this is going to actually sow on the earth. This is going to be the foundation. Righteousness, you know, we talk about it in 2 Peter, the 3rd chapter, how we're in the world of righteousness. This is going to be the stamp in the planet earth. You know, the law, statutes, commandments.
I made that word sprung up. It reminds you of spring. You know, and that springtime, everything's budding. So that's how righteousness is going to, everywhere you look, man. You're not going to be able to find evil. You know, no more. It's all going to be washed out.
Yes.
You know, it says, verse 45, last verse, then shall no man be able to save him that is destroyed, nor to oppress him that hath gotten the victory.
So it's set in stone, man. Because Esau is destined for destruction. He's the son of prediction. He's going back to destruction, being made desolate, man. That's his fate. That's why Isaac gave him the sword to make that happen. You know? But it said, Lord, prevent him that got in the victory. That's the elect, man. That's why we hope to be a part of that number. And it's scriptures, it's precepts, commandments to make that happen. It talks about the elect being kept from the famine and delivered from the sword. So the Lord is going to make sure that it's going to happen, man. You know?
This is 8 verse 53. Evil is sealed up from you. Weakness and mock is hid from you. And correction is fled, and corruption is fled into hell to be forgotten. Sorrows are past, and in the end it shows the treasures of immortality.
The Lord gives us to understand. That's where it begins. That's where it first begins. Stop saying all that. It begins in the mind. There's that spiritual GPS that's going to actually live life. Because the script talk about that in Romans 6 chapter 5 chapter, I believe that carnal mind is death, but the spiritual mind is life and peace. So that's where your destination is. That's where it first begins, where your address, where you're going begins in your mind. Things that you believe in. You know? So we got to go.
Okay, signet is 8:1. It's in the GMS. It says, the angel replied, the Most High hath made this world to many people.
And you see that? Because all these weirdos and freaks,
Right.
it's a category for everybody out here. It's a sight for your lust. And you know, and they embrace it. See, these things that's in this world is vexing us, man. All our senses, you know, everything stank, people ugly, not pleasing to the sight. Just everything is you know, it's vexing, man. Scripture talk about life being vexing. It says sin, as you mentioned earlier, it's sin and hearing. So it's like that, you can't have wine without getting vexed, man. You know, but it said this world made for many. And that also shows you that too, that a lot of these people are gonna die. You know,
It says, but the future world for only a few.
but the future world only on few, which is the elect. They're the only ones that's gonna actually witness that transition. It's on certain spirits on planet Earth. That's why we hope to be a part of that number to actually witness this transition of Esau being in power and him losing it, man, and us being set up. Yahawashi mentioned that as well. You saw they standing here. They said, "Now taste of death, man." Those that died from their birth or something to that effect. You got it.
Now it says, Edris, let me give you an illustration. If you ask the earth, it would tell you that it produces a large amount of clay for pots, only a small amount of gold dust.
See it. So that's what these people they clay.
Right.
That's dirt, which is of no value, man. And that's why you have the famine and the sword. They're gonna take on those roles to fulfill that prophecy, man. Just like you got the pot filled and watered up, and you got this basin for this. Well, the Lord created a little boosie to bring forth more little boosies, and them niggas gonna suffer the plagues, man. You got it.
If I may, let the multitude perish.
That's it.
It was born in vain.
That's it.
You know?
God, it says, and that's the way it is with this present world. Many have been created, but only a few will be saved.
See, many have been created, but only a few will be saved. So the multitude was created to be destroyed. So that's why we hope the Lord keep us, man. Oh, get that in 2 9. Talk about the way greater to the drop. Get that in verse with the end up on that. That's why we hope that the Lord keep us, because it is gonna be a lot of death out here. And we see the different avenues, because we're talking about great death. Back then, a few ways you died, you had a disease or a grave wound or some shit. But now you can die from the accident of one of the diseases he bring forth. Fucking AIDS, anything, man.
Right.
The drones. The scripture said great death, so now the ways of death have expanded. You know? You got it, what?
God, 2 Corinthians 9 and start with 14. Then answer, I have said before, and now we speak, and will speak also hereafter. And there be many more than which perish, than of them which shall be saved, like as a blade is greater than a drop.
See, so that show you the difference. And show you how precious salvation is, man. How precious and possessing his word, because that's what it's going to lead to. Because without this, that really spells certain destruction. At least now we can hope to survive.
Right.
Everybody ain't even got that chance. They're gonna hope when it's in they once they come across their table. We got a chance to go ahead and invest into the hope. You know? But that was it. So yeah, I get man, we just hope this will edify. We like to give all praise, honor, and glory
To Yahawashi, bahasham, Rawchaa Qadash.
Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. We'd like to say shalom to the elect that teach the word in all true faith and sincerity. Shalom to the believers as well. Shalom.